Hello, everybody. This is a Twins of Destruction. Ah, shit. Okay, never mind. I haven't done this in a while. I'm not
You
into.
can mess up. Who cares? That
Go and
shows the quality.
3, 2, 1, go. Hello, everybody. This is the Twins of Destruction, Destruction Extraordinaires, here to bring you a YouTube tutorial video on how to make an astromech droid from Star Wars.
To start out, we're using William Shakespeare's tutorial as a reference.
We'll link it in the description.
Not an exact copy because he made Chopper, but we are making our own astromech
Something like this.
that we drew up.
R5C2.
It's an R5 series, so we're making our own. And to start, it strays a little bit different from William's tutorial. We use this. We got this from Home Depot. Don't know why, but we did. And it's 17 and a half inches, like that way and that way. So to get a circle, that's what we traced. So we made 3 circles that are 17 and a half inches around. And then there are some scraps on the ground from these. You want to keep these, put them off to the side. Keep them, put them off to the side because those will be useful. And then any of these you're going to want to keep as well because just like in William Shakespeare's video, these can be used as supports for whenever you actually make the height and the body of the astromech, which we'll get into later, but just keep in mind to keep these.
To start off with the actual base of said protocol, or excuse me, astromech droid, all you gotta do is just take a regular sheet of foam like this and just start cutting off these little puzzle pieces.
And then you can shape this up with a Dremel later. So that's fine. You just gotta cut off, because we're using this entire piece. I'm just gonna go through and cut those off, and cut those off, and then those off. And then build the pattern on here. And that's what's gonna be wrapped around on the circle.
I mean, if you wanted to, you can even cut off like a little bit on here to make it a little bit shorter, or you can even add on to this if you want to make them taller. It's all just your personal preference.
We're not keeping that line, so that's fine. I think those are the only two ones that have to continue up.
Yep, so now we are going to make the other side for this astromech droid. So what we're going to do first, since we're basically just making this up on our own, we're going to continue the lines that are going straight across, right here, and then right there, and we're just going to do the same thing that we did initially. Take a yardstick and just make them go straight across.
we're going to need a smaller one for these.
He is just taking a regular Sharpie cap that is perfectly round, and he's just driving it in through the foam. And you can do this wherever you want.
We're going to use smaller ones for these.
You can honestly do this wherever you want. You can do it all over, or you don't have to do it at all. So now,
Go get that container.
you do it. I'm filming. Come on, go get up and get everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
Get up and go get her.
So now we flipped one of these sides over to the back side, and we're going to be rolling this over the edge very slowly with a ton of hot glue.
Just all the way over.
Like literally there's going to be a ton of hot glue onto here.
So just like start wherever. And then as it dries, just start rolling this. And then rolling it and rolling it.
And then as it goes, it'll go like this, and
it'll
then just
stick. And then you get the idea.
Yeah.
You'll
just watch and learn.
So make sure it's the top. This is the bottom that we're making. So should we make it like this? So the bottom is... Yeah,
The bottom doesn't really matter.
I mean,
You're not going to see the bottom.
yeah, but still. I think we should do it like this.
Do whatever you
So
want.
to make sure the clean side is on the outside, flip this over. So there's the top, there's the bottom. This is the bottom. So, clean side facing the bottom.
Yeah, clean side facing the bottom.
And then you start right there. So we're going to get our handy dandy glue gun with a leaf on it. And we're going to...
Put glue here first, so then you can just drop it on.
Gotcha.
But put
That's
all-
a better idea. Put glue there.
Put a whole bunch, like not like a whole bunch, but like a whole bunch. Because you're going to need a lot.
A good amount. And then start wherever. Because it's a circle. It should be a symmetrical. And then you just hold that sucker there. Whoa. Watch
Oops,
out.
yeah, you got to watch it, don't bump it.
You don't got to put extra on.
Just, there's a little,
No,
you're
you
moving
don't
it.
have to. I'm not moving it.
Alright, what we got going on over here is something simple. There's the bottom, and what we did was we had rollers, or yardsticks, excuse me, and we are gluing them in as supports on the sides. Simple stuff. These things going across just to make sure that they get held down. It helps with the support of the...
See, as you can see now, it's like basically standing straight up instead of sagging over.
It has a nice circular shape to it. Next, what we're going to do is put the other piece on right along there. And what you're going to want to do is make it as even as possible.
And then do the same thing.
Yes, put two over there, but make gaps there, like on the sides where the wheels would go, because then you can just put, we'll show you later, we'll put flat Ava foam, just no designs or nothing, because then that'll house the legs. But we'll show you later. The right along there will be the leg area, so you're going to want to leave that open. So we can put one right in the front, one in the back, and then the legs on the sides. Again, we'll show you later. But that's just a glimpse of what we got going on. Okay, so as you can see, I actually was able to fit these pieces inside. All I had to do was sand a little bit on the inside edges. Just a little bit so you can see that those edges are pretty clean compared to the other side, which is not, because you're not going to see it. And then you just got to do the reverse for the top one. So if you're going to do this piece, you actually have to sand this piece instead of the inside. Alright, so we glued this piece on. They're both on. They got an even spacing right here and there. What we're going to do next is knock these off. All four of these. Then we're going to make pieces that'll cover this, and then just like we did this one and this one, we're going to cover these support on the inside with these scraps, so that it'll finally be one giant circle. So we're going to start out by taking a floor mat, figuring out all these dimensions, and filling the gaps. Yes. Yeah, basically filling the gaps. And then putting it up with supports. Basically nothing new. Now we are currently trying to find the center so that we could... Yes, after. Oh, of course, yes. After we put all the sides together, so now it's one complete garbage can looking object. You have to find the center of the bottom of the circle, so then we can cut out a circle on its own to put a base, which will be a PVC pipe. And this will be basically the skeleton or the backbone of the protocol droid. Stuck. So we decided that we are going to put a huge load of supports on the inside of this astromech, starting with this teepee-like structure with with tape, rollers, pipe, and hot glue, and then we're moving on to foam that's cutting across on the top here that is just hot glued together, basically to give it support. So like this, when the head goes on and all this stuff is going to be on top of the droid, it won't fall through because of the pressure. So we're basically just going to be gluing a whole bunch of supports. I put these pop cans in the bottom here, and I'm going to glue them in place and then fill the gaps with this piping. So just going to do all that with hot glue just like normal. Just cut off the tops and bottoms of the pop cans and you can place accordingly. So we finished gluing the top on. Even had to push it in a little bit due to a lot of tension. So that's perfectly fine. You can always adapt with that. And now the basic thing is done. The basic body of the astromech. And it basically just looks like a giant garbage can. And that's what you want it to look like, because it's an astromech. Now we move on to the head.